long story short, I sit on the floor, so it was becoming so uncomfortable, and it was almost like a chore having to sit on the floor and film, whereas I'm sitting on my desk now. Obviously the background isn't as nice. I've tried to make it look prettier, but yeah, it's a little bit of an issue. I might not be here in my next video. Tell me what you think. I feel like it's maybe a little bit more subtle, if that's the word, or like more natural looking. Yeah, so that's that. In tonight's video, I am going to be reading some of this book that I bought recently, and it's called Be More Snail. And like when I saw the title of this book, I was immediately drawn into it because I was like, Be More Snail, and it's got a little mushroom toadstool. As you would probably know, I mean you might not know now, but in my old setup, I've literally got toadstools everywhere. I've got one literally right here. So I thought it was just cute and it sounded really interesting. So I'm gonna read the back. And yeah, then you can get more insight of what it's about. Okay, so it says snail, slow living and thrive with the steady wisdom of our plant-loving neighbourhood. With simple tips and advice, this book is the perfect antidote to the pressures of our busy world. Remember, your body is your home. Don't be salty, eat more plants, embrace introvert life, explore green places or spaces, and appreciate the little things. So I just thought it would be a really cute book to read. I mean, I'm probably not going to read it all. No, it's not that long, but I just thought I would read a couple of chapters maybe, and I might do some inaudible. I might do some inaudible whispering whilst reading as well. But yeah, let me just turn this up because I can't really hear myself. There seems to be like way more planes than usual going over today, which is a little bit annoying, I'm not gonna lie, but it's fine. I don't know if it's because I'm higher up now so you can hear them more. I don't know. Anyway, let's just get into the video. If your life is racing by in a crazy blur of WhatsApp messages, Insta posts, work emails and mindless junk TV, it might be time to look to our planet-loving neighbour for help. When everything feels a little bit too much, the humble snail can show us how to put the brakes on and embrace life in the slow lane. Following a more staid lifestyle gives you time to think and breathe. You will find you have more space to make good decisions and choices that work for you. With help from our snail friends, the benefit of the slow lane don't have to be a distant dream, and once we master the art of slowing down, we will quickly see just how fulfilled and meaningful our lives can be. The snail carries its home on its back and knows when to retreat into it for some quiet downtime. It's a creature that knows what it likes, usually a quiet, shady and leafy place of peace, and it is smart enough to stay away from what's not good for it, including harsh sunlight, saltiness, and places where unexpected things can bounce. In other words, the snail can teach us a lot about protecting our vulnerabilities without needing to build walls so high that nobody can scale them to reach us. By learning from the snail, we begin to understand when it's right for us to come out and shine, and when we should retreat and embrace introvert life. The snail knows how to look after itself too. Its shell is beautiful and unique, and the mucus it produces to help it glide along nice cup of tea, or whatever you fancy, a gentle and fulfilled life is just a few leisurely chapters away. In Slow Down, we'll discover all the joys and benefits of taking life at a slower pace. The snail takes its home everywhere it goes, so in your body is your home. We'll learn how to love and care for our own snail homes. If you are feeling run down, stop and take a self-care day. Bake a cake, put on a face mask, read a book, in a long hot bath. Build self-care practices into your schedule to give time to yourself to give yourself some quiet time and allow your body and mind to recover. Number 3. Trust your body. The snail knows how to trust its powerful sense of smell to find food, and it will also react to any sense of danger by retreating into its shell. In other words, it trusts its body and the messages it sends to its brain, which is something we can all learn to do better. Have you heard of interoception? It's one of the fastest moving areas of neuroscience and psychology. Scientists are exploring